Hello everyone, I'm Trey Rich and you are watching The Buzz. On today's show we have Laura Marano, then we talk to Carson Rowland to share some new news about his new show on Netflix. And in our artist spotlight we have Haven, and then we catch up with the contestants from Songland and The Voice. So I don't need to tell you we have a full show, so sit back while we roll that intro.
My name is Laura Marano and let's get buzzed.
Laura Marano has stolen America's hearts for as long as I can remember for being one of the original kids on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, to Austin and Ally, to the movie Saving Zoe co-starring with her sister. We caught up with Laura to find out what cool things she's coming up with and telling us about new music. Let's take a look.
Let's fuck each other, let's fuck each other, let's make a mess of love, let's make a mess of love.
Hey guys, you are watching The Buzz and I'm Carolyn, and I'm so super stoked right now because I have the beautiful, the talented Laura Marano here with me today. Girl, how are you?
Stop it. Thank you for that introduction. It's so lovely. I'm so good. I'm so happy to be here virtually. How are you?
I have to say that I've acclimated to quarantine a lot easier than most people. I think my inner introvert actually has come out. I'm actually loving it. I know that not everybody has been faring so well, but are you taking the time during this, quarantine to be like super creative?
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. It's like some days I'm loving it and other days not so much. I've been really thankful because I've been keeping really busy, but in some ways I forget on a few days to be grateful for that. There's been a few days where I'm like pretty stressed and a little bit overwhelmed, and then I have to remind myself, hey, I'm actually kind of lucky to be able to work at this time and to keep busy.
You've been releasing some music during quarantine. I know that it's not exactly the way that I'm sure you or your team necessarily had planned. So I kind of want to know, those sort of expectations, knowing that, you were going to be doing a lot of these, releasing songs during this time, and what those initial plans were before we went into quarantine, and how they actually, how they've actually come to fruition now that, we're all not allowed to leave the house.
Totally. That's an awesome question. I think the first thing I want to point out exactly what you said. Yeah, I was planning on releasing all this music beforehand, like way before. I was super excited. This is kind of this new era of music for me. And I had all these plans of what I want to do. And most important, the one above all was going on tour for the first time. And I was going to, I was going to announce it the week When You Wake Up came out. That was the big double announcement. First new song in a while, this new era, first tour ever, in the vein of this era. And so that was definitely a bit of a bummer to have to reschedule, not just the tour, but, the announcement and all of the things. And so looking back though, I'm again thankful because I have friends who announced their tour and then had to reschedule. And that actually seems a bit messier and a bit more chaotic. In some ways, it would have been nice to let my fans know officially I was going on tour, because they've been asking forever, and I've been wanting to do it forever. But, in other ways, I'm glad, okay, I didn't have to make the announcement and then make another announcement being like, this is getting rescheduled. I can rearrange some things and go with the flow. For me, there's actually never a question, which I feel like some artists have been asking, and it's totally an understandable question, but the question of like, ooh, should I release music at this time, or is this kind of a weird time to self-promote and everything, which I get the question, but for me, I didn't even cross my mind really at all, because I was like, this is a way to actually connect and share music and share art and have a way for us all to connect together, give content to my fans. It was something I was planning on doing beforehand, but now more than ever, I feel a level of wanting to do it, and I feel like it's important to do. I've been performing, ironically, way more than I ever have, because I'm performing just in my house, and I'm doing it on piano, and my boyfriend's been joining me, which I'm very lucky for that. But yeah, it's funny. It's like some other times when I've released music, I haven't actually performed the music very much for whatever reason. And when you wake up, I was performing like literally almost like 4 times a week. And that was really exciting and fun for me. And I think fun for my fans to see that side of me a little bit more as well. These songs, I wanted it to be in the right time for me and the right other group of music surrounding it. And so a few months ago, I've kind of revisited everything and I was like, this feels right. I laugh at myself now because it even feels more right now, a few months later with everything that's going on. And I really do feel a little bit moodier and a little bit more dramatic and emotional.
The sounds, like the electronica that you hear from it, like it puts me in a mood. Like I feel like I need to be in a room with like the candle, or the lights are down and the candles are on, and just, you know, it's a vibe. It's totally a vibe.
It's totally a vibe. It's totally a vibe, and that's what I'm going for. So even the rest of the music that's gonna be coming out, because I am really committing to releasing as much music as possible in the next few months. And so all the songs that are coming out are just in that vibe. And they might not all be super, you know, both songs, there is this kind of tension and there's this level of unhappiness. And when you wake up, it's, you know, like, you're never gonna change, and so I'm walking away. Candle on Forever is, please don't walk away. I need you and I want you right now. So not all the songs necessarily have that level of dramatics attached to it, but all the songs are a bit of a moody vibe that I'm going to be putting out.
So before we let you go, I mean, I know that you were talking about, you know, rescheduling your dates for your fans. I mean, I know that a lot of people are, you know, either scheduling them towards the end of the year or even in 2021. Have you even thought about those plans as of yet?
Oh yeah, for sure. Thinking about it now, it's definitely gonna be in 2021. So for sure, it was originally gonna be July of this year, but we're gonna just move it to 2021. So we're currently planning that, we're figuring it out. You know, it's tough because I think we're all in this level of just not knowing what the next month or 2 months or 3 months looks like, but that's okay. I think you have to somehow find that space and energy in the unknown and accept it for what it is.
Well, Laura, thank you so much for joining us today. Please stay safe, please stay creative, and we just keep loving what you're doing. So keep at it, girl.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. We have Carson Rowland from the new Netflix show, Sweet Magnolias. We'll be right back. Carson Rowland will soon be co-starring on Netflix Sweet Magnolias as Ty Townsend. The series is set in the small town of Serenity, South Carolina. He's going to fill us in on his new show and how he's holding up during the corona lockdown. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, I am Carson Rowland and I play Ty Townsend in Netflix upcoming series Sweet Magnolias.
Well, now that we've established that Bill is not what you want, can we move on to what you do? Namely, a tall, handsome
Coach?
Ty, hi. He is my son's coach.
So there is a little something there.
The show is set in a small town, South Carolina. The town's called Serenity. And the storyline centers around 3 women and just kind of their social interactions, their emotional interactions. No matter what kind of goes wrong in their social lives, they always kind of have each other. And I think that's such an important lesson, kind of that transcends time in general, and especially for now, because with everything that's going on, all the emotional struggle, all the physical struggle of being kind of locked away and isolated from everybody, but it's such a calming thing to know that that friends have your back. And I think that's why this show will do really well right now, because of this underlying premise that friendship is kind of everything. And what's interesting about my character is he is looking at his mom and looking at his mom's friends and not fully realizing the importance of the friendship that they have. And so you see the struggles in his life and how he is not utilizing the same support system that his mom and his mom's friends are using. And so he has a really difficult time for a while. And honestly, in season 1, a little bit of spoilers, he doesn't figure it out, you know? And so, yeah, that's why I think the show is just, will do really well, because you have this kind of underlying theme of friendship, of support, which the whole world really needs right now. And I think it's going to be a great show. I'm so blessed to be able to be home right now, because I have my sister, my parents, and I also have like my aunt and uncle live by, and so it's been really nice just to have nice family time, which I haven't been able to have in a while since I've been away filming and working. So I've been truly blessed to have what I've had, and that's really been keeping me afloat. I think my family is a huge aspect of who I am and who I am as a person. And so, yeah, just with them, they've just been incredible. As for activities, my dad has a boat, so we've been doing a lot of fishing, which is just so fun. And we've been actually playing a lot of ultimate frisbee with like my sister and my mom, just kind of like running around, staying active. I know in the terms of creative side, I've been actually doing like some kind of filmmaking just to try to learn the other side of the camera. I love photography and I love cinematography, so I've been doing a lot of that. In addition to writing and stuff, I'm working with my friend on just developing a new script, and just to kind of keep my mind active. And in addition, I'm reading just a lot of books. Like it's huge for me just to. I love staying active mentally as well as physically. So that's been a huge aspect as well. You can follow me at Carson Rowland on all platforms. Hi, my name is Carson Rowland, and you've just been buzzed.
Hey, don't you touch that remote. We still have a lot more to go. Next up, we have Haven in our artist spotlight, so stay tuned.
There's only one way to describe this season's AGT judges.
Heaven?
Say no more. I'm new, so I can do whatever I want. When you kiss a pig, it's good luck.
You're amazing.
Simon Cowell, Simon Cowell. I'm not gonna mess around. No!
America's Got Talent premieres Tuesday, May 26th on NBC.
Haven is truly a rising star, and before all this corona mess, she was set to hit the road with Agnes Moe and former Fifth Harmony member Dinah Jane. But this little glitch in the matrix hasn't stopped her. She's set to soon release her new single, RN, so let's take a look.
Why you trying to ruin my life? Thought we had an ocean, but I'm swimming in your feelings and they ain't that deep. Swimming in your feelings and they ain't that deep. Think about you every time I fly to LA. Cause you're just like the movies, yeah, you're just that fake. Lying next to me, you lied right to me. Said you never cheat, who the hell is she? Yeah, if you were a villain, I would call you Two-Face. I ain't saying a thing I wouldn't say to your face. I wanted to love, yeah. Honestly, I loved, yeah. So, whoa.
So I always loved music, but I grew up in a pretty sports-oriented family. My parents were both athletic coaches. So I did a lot of athletics growing up, but I always loved music. And around 9, I bought a guitar with my birthday money and started playing. It was still pretty busy with sports, and it's kind of a long story, but at 10 years old, I got pretty sick and couldn't do athletics anymore. So I found music, and music was healing for me, and that's how I kind of transferred into that. And then around 12, started doing 100 dates a year in the country space, and just fell in love with it, became my passion, and came out to Nashville, and then did country music, then started doing pop, and started going out to LA, and yeah, it just kind of all fell into place.
You got a pre-save over there?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay, now we're gonna listen to it.
Oh yeah.
So.
Turn it up. Well, my manager is her stepdad, so I met her through, the family, and she's been super kind to me, and she really loved that song, and yeah, she's been super supportive, and I'm super thankful for her support and her kindness. It was definitely pretty crazy. to have that support from her.
Why you trying to ruin my life? Thought we had an ocean, but I'm swimming in your feelings and they ain't that deep. Swimming in your feelings.
Yeah, so we just started releasing my first pop project in like January-ish this year, and we released Swimming in Your Feelings, which was the first song to come out, and then Be With You and Sad and Successful. So we have 3 out right now, and then we have 1 coming out May 29th called RN, which I'm really excited about. My name is Haven, and you've just been buzzed.
Next up, we check out this week's episode of The Voice and Songland. We'll be right back.
What makes a great song? Something that's unforgettable. Songland is the place to find those records.
All these other shows better watch out, because this is like, so good! Yes! Yo, she gets it.
I'm hoping to hear something honest. I'm hoping to hear something that surprises me.
You guys have a future. Yeah. You guys are great at what you do.
Yeah, I love it. That is incredible, wow.
Songland continues to crank out the hits, and this week is no different as writer Keegan Bost writes the winning track with Ryan Tedder for the amazing Julia Michaels. But not without a little drama and some last-minute changes.
Luckily, I had the privilege of working with Ryan Tedder, who is a wizard. He's so good at knowing the right thing to do, the right moves to make for specific artists. And so I was super thankful for him kind of helping me out through that entire process. But man, it was such a great experience. Just from the get-go, I kind of came in knowing that the song would have to be rewritten a lot because the song that I had was very male perspective. Lyrically, I knew that everything was going to have to be changed around a lot. And so when Julia said that, it wasn't a shock. And so we went into the studio knowing that we had a lot of work to do, but man, it was a blast. And I'm so happy with what the final outcome was. I think it's a great song, and I think it was very much a Julia Michaels song. So couldn't be more excited.
On The Voice, we are down to the top 5 who will compete Monday and Tuesday for the title of The Voice for season 18.
It's pretty exciting. This whole situation is not where I thought I'd be when I first tried out for The Voice. I don't mean to, this isn't false humility when I say I didn't think I'd make it this far. Everyone on the season is very talented, and I just thought, I'll give it my best and see how far I go.
I'm a kid from Hawaii, this little town called Haleiwa, and I remember going into my blind audition thinking I was just gonna get one chair and or maybe none, and it's just been a surprise each turn. Through my battle, through my knockout, this is a lot farther than I thought I would make it. So that every point of this is a blessing.
Performing at home has definitely been amazing. There's been an intimacy that comes from performing at home. We get to welcome everyone into our personal space, which is a beautiful thing. And at the same time, it's been a learning experience because we've had to become our own production crew, our own camera crew, setting up all of the black seamless and just whatever it is that we're needing for our particular song for that moment. We're having to change from week to week our setup within our home. And it's interesting. It's almost like two worlds are happening in our home at the same time. We're with our families in our natural home environment, but there's also a corner or a piece of our home that belongs to The Voice. It's kind of the Voice world at this point. A voice takeover is what I call it.
I'm the type of person that what I hope to do with my music is I would hope that all of the songs put together would send a message, you know what I mean? To the world. And it doesn't have to be the message that just this one, you are beautiful, even though I want you to know that, but also that, time is passing, your kids, they're growing up, the people in your life, sometimes they move on, And sometimes, you know, you're living life like you just live every day, and something just blindsides you out of nowhere and totally, completely derails your life, you know? And you have to sort of pick up the pieces and move on, but that can happen. It might take a while, but that can happen. And there is hope for that. You know, those kinds of things are huge to me.
You can check out The Voice finale this Monday and the results this Tuesday, and Songland will follow The Voice broadcast at 10 p.m. on NBC. I'll be back to wrap all this up. Stay tuned. That is all we have. Special thanks to Haven, Laura Marano, Carson Rowland, Keegan Bost, The Voice Top 5, NBC, and Netflix. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and double tap us on Instagram, all at Buzz_Access. Do not forget to stay inside, wash those hands, and respect social distancing. I'm Trey Rich, and I'll see you next week.
Take it slow when it feels so natural.
For more stories and extended clips, go to theBuzzAllAccess.com. I'm Trey Rich, and you've just been buzzed.